Hi, it's Dr. Diane Thompson again, lifestyle medicine physician and coach. Now, in one of the prior videos, I talked with you about the importance of hydration, and I even went over some of the signs and symptoms of dehydration. So check out that video if you missed it. Today, I'm going to share with you some simple tips to help you to get hydrated. This is coming from someone who has learned simple tips to make sure that I get enough water, and I struggled with water intake for a long time, and now I finally figured it out and I've realized how simple it is, and I wanted to share that with you. First of all, water intake is so important. Our body is essentially made up of about 60 to 80% of water. We know, for example, that you can live without food for several weeks to even a few months. Water is about 3 to 7 days on average. So water intake is really important. Hydration as a whole is very important. The other thing is that the CDC, as well as a study that was published in the Journal of Public Health, shows that almost about 50% of Americans are not well hydrated. All right, so we know it's important, we know we're not getting it, and it's important that we figure out how best to get it. Here's another housekeeping. There's a bit of confusion about how much water is appropriate. Here's what I'd say. I'm a doctor, but I'm not your doctor. I don't know the intricacies of your health and your health needs and your restrictions. So first, I'd encourage you to talk with your own doctor so you best understand what's the optimal amount for you. In general, 6 to 8 glasses of water is thrown around. Another recommendation is about half of the body's weight in ounces. So for example, if you weigh 160 pounds, that would be about 80 ounces. The Institute of Medicine has a more complicated recommendation, and that recommendation says, taking into consideration all of the water intake, including foods that are high in water. Now, you see why it's complicated, because it's hard to figure out. 3.7 liters a day for men, 2.7 for women. Again, I think it's a little more difficult to figure out, and that's why it's great if you talk with your doctor. And the one disclaimer is, if you're someone with certain conditions like congestive heart failure or end-stage renal disease, the amount of water you see that is typically recommended might not be the amount for you. Often there's a restriction in certain conditions, such as end-stage renal disease or congestive heart failure. So again, check with your doctor. So once we've cleared that up and you're cleared to have a certain amount of water, here are some tips and tricks to get it in. And I will say to you, number 5 is a very simple one. It's the one that turned the corner for me. It was a game changer, so stay tuned. All right, so the first one is mindset. I think as doctors and scientists, we often, we really don't give much credence to mindset. But I can tell you that mindset is huge. Everything that happens, I believe, happens in the mind before you see it physically, right? And mindset can play a huge role in not just business goals, but also your health goals. I think that by setting an intention, setting a goal and writing it down, we actually know that writing down goals, you're more likely to achieve them. So setting an intention, writing it down, this is the goal you want to achieve. And then do a little bit more than that. Affirm that goal. Set positive affirmation around that goal and visualize yourself achieving it. I think that this will help you just to be in the right mind frame. So mindset is tip number 1. Number 2 is going to be to set a good foundation by eating foods that are high in water content to begin with. These foods are typically fruits and vegetables. So make sure you're eating a certain way to encourage hydration. The third tip is to set reminders. You can do this on smartphones or apps, and these reminders will come through each time to remind you to drink. There's also reminders. So my trusted water bottle has a reminder on there. So that's another way. So there are different ways that reminders can be set. Tip number 4 is runs hand in hand with tip number 3, and that is to track your progress. They often say what gets measured gets managed. So track the progress. And again, these trackers that give you a reminder, many of them will do a dual role, and they'll also track what you're doing. They'll even let you know if you're keeping your hydration in check. And there are many of them out there. Some of them I've used, others I've not. I'll share a few of them with you. You can check them out. The MyFitnessPal I've used more so to look at food intake, but it does have a water intake section. There are others like HydroCoach, WaterMinder, Aqua Alert, Drink Water Reminder and Tracker, and the Daily Water Tracker. Again, I've not checked out all of these, so you can check them out and see which one works for you. Now, if you're still with me at this point, I'm going to ask you a small favor. If you're getting any kind of value, could you please like, subscribe, and share? I'm trying to grow this channel so I can share more health information with others, and by sharing, by liking, by commenting, by subscribing, any of those or all of those will be very helpful. I really appreciate it. All right, so tip 5, as I mentioned, it's a simple tip, but that was the game changer for me. And very simple. Sometimes it's the simple things that work. It is to have a water bottle. So I purchased a water bottle. It is a 2-liter water bottle, and it made sense for me because I wanted to make sure I got at least this 2 liters of water down each day. And what I do is every morning I fill that bottle, I put it on my desk. It is on my desk, I see it. I've already set the intention, like I told you before, to finish the water, and I continue to go through and drink that water. By the end of the day, that water is finished. And as I mentioned, this particular bottle has some encouragement each hour of the day. I don't usually look at that because, for example, it has at 9 p.m. it's still encouraging you to drink, and I don't think that's a good idea, at least not for me. I know that sleep is very important, and if I'm still drinking a lot of water at 9 p.m., it's going to disrupt my sleep. But having that water bottle filled with water and that intention to empty that water bottle before the day is over has been a game changer. So I'd encourage you to try that. All right, tip number 6, you can infuse your water. If you find that you're not drinking because you just don't like the taste of water, water is plain and you're looking to get away from that monotonous taste, you want a hint of some kind of flavor, you can do that. You can add whatever fresh fruit or veggie that you like. I grow my own mint, for example, and I'll put some mint in there. You can add cucumbers, berries, watermelon, lime, lemon, whatever you like, whatever hint of flavor you like, and that might mix it up a little bit and encourage you to drink anything that will help. And those things are usually healthy, so it's fine to do. Tip number 7 is you can add other forms of liquid. So seltzer water. As of this video, the studies show that it's okay. Obviously, our preference is you have plain H2O. But if adding some seltzer will help to get you up to the level that you need to be, that's fine. As I said, as of this recording, the research has shown that it's okay. If that changes, I'll come back and update the video. You can also add tea. So aside from my water in my water bottle, I'll have tea throughout the day. You want to avoid certain liquids though, like too much coffee or beer can do the opposite of what you're trying to do, right? So look at other forms of liquid. And again, you don't want the sugary beverages because now we're talking about a whole nother thing, right? And then tip number 8, our final tip of the day, is to link water drinking to something you already do. This is actually a classic way of forming a new habit, right? You link the new habit you're trying to form to one that you've already achieved. So for example, in the morning, my first drink of water comes after I brush my teeth. So I brush my teeth and I'll have some water. and it becomes a habit because I brush my teeth every morning and at night. So I'm going to have water when I brush my teeth in the morning. You can also say, okay, if I go to the restroom and I come back to my desk, I'm going to have a drink of water. Or before my meals, I'm going to have a drink of water. So whatever habit you have, you can link water to that habit. All right, so that's it. Those are the tips. They're very simple, but they're effective. Comment below and let me know which one resonates with you, which one works for you, or maybe you have another tip that someone can benefit from. So please share that below. And again, remember, I really appreciate it so much if you could subscribe to the channel, share this information, and like. Again, I'm trying to share health information with others, and that would be so helpful. All right, until next time, take care.